and don't know how to what? Fucking act. And they fucking lounge over scrambled coke smacks at the goddamn.
That's fireworks. That's fireworks. They're gonna start doing that to antagonize the shit out of the cops.
Firecracker, firecracker.
Real quick, Stu.
Yeah.
This is totally not big enough.
Huh? Then grab another one.
Tastes peachy. I'm just gonna grab it and then put it on when it's time, right?
You zip my bag up?
Stackizshort, revolutionary week.
Where?
In the building.
Hello? I tried getting a hold of you, fam. I tried reaching out to you on Twitter. They suspended my old account, so I said follow me back.
No, you made a new Stackizshort thing, right?
Yeah, but I need you to follow me back. Nah, they burned the trolls got my old account.
Number 2. Y'all doing alright though?
Yeah, as best we can. Here we go.
Yeah.
So you've been here all day. I was here all day yesterday.
I was just in the car sleeping. I started hearing flashbangs and shit there. I said, let me get out of this fucking car.
They have given a dispersal order. They're making the dispersal order.
Everybody to clear the streets from the helicopter now.
Hey, how are you? They're giving the dispersal order from the helicopter. You must go home. You will be subject to arrest. Attention. So here we go. So the police line is actually over here. Let me just kind of show you what we got going on. So these are the police right here. And then we've got a crowd that's gathered in the middle of the intersection. There's a lot of media here. But you can tell that there's individuals, protesters. We've got street medics on the scene. Oh, now I see it. Cassandra. Do you have goggles? Extra goggles?
Huh?
Do you have extra goggles?
No, I gave them away. I couldn't find you guys. And everybody kind of vultured for them.
It's alright. Do you see? I've got a pair in my bag. Sorry, we're all just kind of still gearing up. I lost my hotel key tonight.
Shit.
I know.
I gotta get into a spot.
Have a good one. And there's a media skirmish. This is a man that's telling everybody to go home. And so the mainstream media is following him around. It's kind of like Geraldo's with him. They've got security. I don't. Sorry. Oh.
Got your mask. Put it on now.
I do have them on me. Hold on. So this is just a skirmish. They've got like a skirmish. Most of this is media, actually. So, and you can see police are actually on all sides of the intersection. So police are actually here on this side too. Sorry, I was just putting my goggles. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to start chemical quickly. So you can see they're not actually like blocking traffic this time. They've lined up strategically. It looks like in individual snatch squads. They also are prepping. Looks like some chemical munitions. So we'll kind of see what happens here. There aren't tons of citizens out.
Yeah, I saw your messages this morning. That didn't sound good.
I went and bought a gas mask first thing this morning. Fuck that shit.
So, and the media skirmish is moving up towards the police line or behind the police line. I'm trying to figure that one out.
I took my dog to the vet this morning. $350 for antibiotics. It makes me tough.
Will you hold this for 1 second?
SIKK,
Oh, this brand's so prominent.
What?
Please step away from what? All media what? All media what? Tamad, what did they say? Tamad, what'd they say?
He said all media separate themselves from the protesters.
all media separate yourself from the protesters.
Yes, I guess that means we're about to brutalize the protesters and tell the media to sit on.
How you doing?
Good.
I'm so glad you came down.
I'm sorry, I'm
still not
vinegar.
streaming. You guys came just down today. You got back. It's incredible how we just keep meeting. We just keep running into each other.
New York, yeah. New York.
Baltimore. If there's tear gas or potential for tear gas, I couldn't help myself. Yeah. No, Geraldo was not taking kindness to. Did you see that video?
We're, yes, for all intents and purposes. We're independent. We're actually with the movement. So we live stream. So we live broadcast from our phones. And people that are involved in the movement nationwide, we're from Ferguson. And so watch the stream, and then they put it out there.
That's what we're dealing with out here.
So do you guys have something you want to say about the curfew?
I don't know if that's a media drone or a police drone. I'm assuming probably a media drone. I'm not sure. You can kind of see the green lights right there.
So you can't get home. So like, you know, like if you were, so you got to do what? Okay. Yeah. Are you guys worried about getting stopped or arrested on the way home?
Taking us home, no.
I'll be back, guys. I gotta film. Be careful, okay? So they've asked for the media to separate themselves from the protesters. I'm not really even sure where the protesters are. It's kind of confusing.
Believe me, Fox News and all their viewers will take it. Unfortunately, it's more than Fox News who will believe it. Yeah. Keep your eyes on Ronaldo's like Teflon. Like if he goes.
So traffic is still being allowed through.
I should have got those guys. Sorry.
Yeah, right?
Hey, look at you. You're so smart. See, you've been through this before. I would have learned to have goggles.
I should have brought my gas mask. Okay.
The top PR guys for the report.
So what is he saying?
He's just mingling with the crowd, showing you that, he's cool. I told him, you don't want any trouble for your men tonight.
You're keeping Geraldo in check, right?
Oh, because Geraldo's going to get knocked out.
I'm going to walk this in.
All of Twitter has been asking me to do it since yesterday. I just put it out for a vote. When everybody starts running, perfect time. Oops. I don't know how that happened.
Tripp fell down and he severed his spine inside the van. That's all
You should do it.
Tripp fell down and severed his spine inside the van. In the van. That is essentially Geraldo Rivera's narrative that he is pushing, which is why he's not taking contact.
So I don't even know where demonstrators are. Like, they want us to separate ourselves from them. Where are they, supposedly?
Daisha and Sean, a friend of mine from DC, are my. You guys are a team, am I right?
Yeah, we're all a team.
I guess what I'm saying is if shit breaks loose, you have to.
Yeah, we're good. If you see one of us running, just follow us.
No, I literally have a safe house here. For some reason, she's up there now.
Hey, what's your name, sir?
This is Baltimore Spectator.
Okay. Oh,
His name's James.
Oh, cool. Behind that next.
I already forgot your name again.
I can take you guys to stay for a while. Hey,
Edwin.
James, I'm Chuck.
Sorry, guys.
What's
your real name?
Constant here.
I'm the number one
Lee.
citizen journalist.
What?
Lee. So you got the PR guy that's out here just kind of mingling with the crowd.
I thought it was cool.
No, you see that sticker on the back? That's how I'm going to know who you are in the crowd. Plain black, there's a lot of...
So we do have a couple officers in the street talking to some of the clergy members that were trying to clear people out of the street. Let me put you on the end of this for a change. What is your assessment? Because we have two Ferguson streamers. What is your assessment of what's going on? Because you've spent so much time in Ferguson. What do you see in Baltimore? The same, different?
What I'm seeing is like usual, cops setting up for a fight. If they weren't here blocking off the intersection, telling people to go home, people would not be here. Cops want a confrontation. They want a confrontation. They want an excuse. They know that what media like Geraldo and even the local media, they know how they're going to spin it tomorrow. Violence erupts. And every time people hear violence erupts, people don't think of the cops, they think of protesters. The cops can do no wrong. There's cop apologists out there. Cops can do no wrong. If they only had the stories that I've heard from people here in Baltimore of how cops do wrong all the time, and when cops try to get corrected by the superiors, that superior is then transferred to another location for actually reporting an officer. That's what happens here. There's no checks and balances on these guys. They can do whatever the hell they want.
So you actually... So there is a high-ranking police officer out here, a colonel in the street. He seems to be talking to either clergy or maybe a member of the media. So I mean, I think that the city of Baltimore is well aware of the perception of what happened last night, especially with their treatment of the media. And unfortunately, that's become the story instead of the treatment of the citizens and the community and the people that live here, is how the media was treated. And honestly, they gassed, but the media was in the neighborhood. They gassed the neighborhood. They didn't just gas the media. I think sometimes, if we're out here as media or as demonstrators or as whatever, you know, but if you're out here as media and you're claiming media, you need to be prepared to be treated just in the same manner that the way the rest of the community is being treated. So, you know, I mean, the entire community got gassed, and they ran by journalists. They didn't really harass them like you would, you know, think. Nothing to what the level what we experienced in Ferguson, for sure. So that's just the reality.
Don't want the militarized police state that we see right here, that will only grow.
We are so excited about our city. We're very proud of what has happened
Who is this?
By the time you're upset.
Glad you didn't have any news to report negative news about our city. We are very, very proud of our folks, and we're proud of our city.
This is Congressman-elect Cummins.
They understand and they know that we're going to demand justice for Freddie Gray. We will never let that issue die until it's fully resolved. I told somebody, a few minutes ago, that federal delegation had a telephone discussion with our Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, and she made it very clear that there are at least 2 investigations going on right now with regard to Oklahoma City Police Department, one in the cops division, and then the other one is a criminal / civil rights investigation. We feel very, very confident in what she is doing. She made it very clear that it is a top priority for her. But we also want you to know.
Hey.
All right, I'm sorry.
That we feel the pain of our constituents, and we want to make things better.
I got my eyes on you now.
This is Senator Catherine Pugh, who represents this area. Yes. I just want to first thank you for that. That the crowd here first white. And I think we showed everybody, showed the nation that black people is protected. Someone has asked me to fight for
They're drawn down.
So you can see it's very similar tactics to what happened in Ferguson. They brought out elected officials from the neighborhood, clergy, and there's just a lot of media out here. I really don't see tons of demonstrators. I'm not really. There's Geraldo. This is kind of ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen, I mean, I have. I mean, Ferguson was pretty media dense, but there was at least a ratio of demonstrators to media, and I'm just not seeing that tonight. Looks like these police are actually mounting up and dispersing. So but these officers are not. They're on the sidewalk. So I'm kind of unclear
is the president here or something? Just a lunch.
So again, one squad, one set of one of the riot lines has dispersed. You can see, like, I'm gonna move back. This whole entire crowd here is media. I mean, you actually have camera people up. Do you see that? She's actually on somebody's shoulders so they can reach in over the scrum and get photos. So this entire thing is media. Let me walk over this way. I know I keep repeating myself, but I always just get like so floored because media sometimes can mix in with the crowd, and what happens is makes the crowd actually look bigger than it is. Also can like get the crowd more rowdy or wild. They also use angles, of course. I mean, good camera people do. So the riot line on this side has completely dispersed from the street. They've gotten in vans, they've gotten in cars, they're sitting in Bearcats. And then the police over here have moved to the sidewalk. So, hey John, how are you? Good. So, that was John Swain. So you can see the police over here have moved to the sidewalk, and then they've also retreated to some vehicles.
Rather than have this media scrumpy.
At this point in time, everything's pretty quiet. There's the CVS, in case you were wanting a point of reference. We're at the same location, where the same intersection where the CVS that's become so infamous was burned. But I'd like to give you a frame of reference. There's these row houses right behind the CVS, and they're not burned. They're just missing windows. They're abandoned. I've seen people with, like second floor, living on second floor, and the third story has been burned out. It's missing windows. There's a lot of issues in the neighborhood. There's a lot of poverty. There's a lot of oppression. They're in a food desert. There's predatory businesses. So, come to your own conclusion about that. Of course, the CVS did serve as a pharmacy for the neighborhood, and there is like a senior living facility that basically abuts it. So right here is the CVS, and then right here is a senior living facility that's also where they gassed the shit out of people yesterday. And you saw, I interviewed some people. You probably couldn't pick them up very clearly, but I interviewed some people that were unable to get home. Yesterday the buses weren't running. Today they are. So a little bit better of a public transit situation, but with the curfew, everything basically closes at 9:30. And it's citywide, so they're not just localizing the curfew. Although I don't think anybody should be under curfew ever. So you can see that they've got, they've got the helicopters out. I'm counting 1 spotlighting, 2 not, 3 knot. I think we've got 3 circling this inner 4. So there's one behind me as well. So there's 4 helicopters that have been over this neighborhood pretty much all evening, all day. When I was here yesterday, they were down low all during the day. So
What's that? Greatest city in the country.
okay, so the congressman-elect is apparently wanting us to record that it's the greatest city in the entire country. So this is all press. I'm not really sure how they're planning on. I mean, not all of it, but I would say 90%. So I don't know how they're going to make press separate from demonstrators. I really don't know how they're going to tell them apart. Because honestly, press is well prepared, but demonstrators are well prepared. The ones that are out, at least, are. So, I mean, you can see those are all helicopters. I'm sure you can probably hear them too.
Sure can. Why is Elijah Cummings getting this much attention?
I don't know. See, they're down there. They've moved. This line dispersed and moved to that corner. They're moving.
Did the police move out themselves?
Well, yeah. So this line went on the sidewalk, right?
Right.
So this line here went on the sidewalk, and they got into the MREPs, and they moved back, and I think that was for media appearances. This line has moved back to this corner.
Yeah.
I have a feeling what we'll probably see tonight is some bait and switch by the locals.
Yeah.
So they'll be here and they'll move.
There will be. But the worst violations of police come at the Western PD, the PD on North Mount. That's where they do all of these snatches. They did it last night.
How late were you out last night?
I was up to 3 in the morning.
And they were snatching people last
They were
night?
snatching people around, I think 10:30. The young man who was snatched yesterday.
I saw that. I have him on film from earlier. They were talking to him earlier.
Yes. And I spoke to him about 3 minutes before he snatched because he was speaking to police.
Yeah.
And I asked him why. And what he told me was they were thanking me. They were thanking me for keeping the peace. He was clearing out protesters. Watch your back. For thanking him for clearing out protesters, which he was doing. So he actually felt quite happy and felt he was doing a good job on behalf of the police.
I saw that too.
They treated him like a criminal after helping him.
Well, because I thought it was awkward because, you know, in Ferguson, we had a lot of that at first. People trying to talk to the police. And then, like, it became, like, a big no-no. So it almost made me uncomfortable because you could see the riot line police parted and a white shirt was talking to him.
Right, and then you saw the people who were formerly at peacemakers, they changed their attitudes. All right, so now that the senator and clergy are leaving.
That was a congressman, I think.
There was a senator.
The
woman was a
the
senator.
woman was a senator.
The woman was a senator.
Okay.
Now that they're leaving, and they've made their little speech. Let's see what happens.
What's up, man?
I go. One left. So, I mean, really at this point in time, there's just a couple demonstrators. The street's still open. People are still driving. Curfew's been called. But apparently they were doing snatch and grabs pretty late last night. And I just think we're going to see probably a stick and move. I mean, the media presence is unreal. The helicopters are unreal. Yesterday during the day, the helicopters kept making the announcement that they were, they kept making the, jeez, look at all those. So I think they're doing like some sort of assessment to kind of see where they need to move police forces or if they're going to bother to try and clear the street.
Yes, they're not talking about this. Maybe somewhere 10, but 55,000 Saturday night.
That's true.
People sketch. And there were 4 charges against them. The first was assault of a police officer because some were throwing small rocks.
So Z's streaming that, so I'm just gonna kind of walk around. I was looking for like some residents to interview, but it looks like what happened is the police fell back and that the National Guard is actually a couple, like 2 blocks down that way. With the police on the sidewalks. What do you think?
There's nothing gonna happen here. It's all media.
Yeah. So it just looks basically like at this point it's mostly media. There is a squad that's moved up a little bit on this side of the sidewalk, so I'm not really clear about if they're planning on targeting or talking to people, but I guess we'll see. That sounds like they're shooting stuff off another block that way, didn't it? And I saw some media leave. Hold on. Sounds like they might be doing stuff like down there.
That's why they run distractions here. They have the cows, the tongues, or whatever.
And I think because I just heard some pops, and I also saw some media leave and say, "Don't tweet that out." Yeah, I think we probably need to get that way.
Because nothing's going on.
No, it's too much media. Let me find Z. You can hear it. Yep, they're doing shit over there. All right, so they ran a distraction. We're gonna loop around. Let me find Z. Z! Huh? Uh-huh.
Where is this on Ed?
Huh? Oh, no, not Edwin. Shit. Alright, we're missing one of our crew. We're trying to go check something out. I'm going to go ahead and cash out now. Are you up or are you down? You're up. Did you find him? I think we should probably drive around.
I couldn't help myself. Oh, and that's Stack's giving it a...
Hey! I know where they're at.
Oh, staging?
No, they're... This was a distraction. Thank you, Waterboy Island. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah? Which small picture? Yeah. So you've got a lead for us?
Yeah, we're going.
No, there's something else going on. Nothing's happening here.
Baker and Pulaski?
Huh?
Baker and Pulaski?
That's right over there.
Yep, that's... Alright. Hold on one second. So we're just going to move to another location. I would appreciate, I'm going to keep my chat up now that I know that you guys are giving me intel. That way we can keep moving. We also have like a lot of police resources that are further down the block. So I'm probably going to leave the stream up like I did last night. It might be boring at times, but it's easier than having to worry about having to pop it up and down. So... And it was just like I thought. Basically, you know, people in the neighborhood are using this shit as a distraction. And they're, you know, they're probably resisting, or the police are assaulting people at different areas.
Yeah, because that's what I was telling people. I'm like, y'all gotta decide what y'all gonna do when you hear shit. But they shooting rubber bullets and tear gas and shit. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, they're shooting rubber bullets and tear gas. They had the media all over here. Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Okay, because my ride, I think, is gone.
Well, come on.
Yeah, it's my fault. My fault.
Yeah, you're doing what Ed's doing.
Come on.
And my car's at the Union Station. So you guys know I am live.
I am too.
Oh, I forgot.
You're okay.
Okay, so first things first. Oh, here comes MRAPs.
Yeah, they're yeah.
First things first. Here comes MRAPs.
Well, they're showing off for the media. They're gonna send them down here.
Right. Probably riding on the top. He has his rifle in his hand.
Oh, they all do. They're all out of their portals.
Every time he said first things first, there goes MRAPs. But that's what we're dealing with.
Fire engines are doing down here, because that could be interesting as a side note. It's right in front of us, 3 blocks up. So since we can see it, we're going to check it out. But that's not the original scene we were headed to. I don't think that's the intersection, but I'm very curious. As a side note, I was the first person arrested in the conflicts when they started during protesting, just taking pictures. And I got out and I put a fire out in the burning house. It was a hilarious thing. The cop that arrested me and myself, we ran into the burning house. So there's another one. Get a good shot of the turret. They're all armed. The guys are literally in gun turrets with automatic rifles in their hands.
Yeah, that's.
They're going to shoot people.
All right, so for my viewers who don't know who you are, you want to...
I'm James MacArthur, the Baltimore Spectator, Balto Spectator on Twitter, but I'm pretty much the most well-known citizen journalist in Baltimore City. Been doing this stuff for years here, focusing on crime and corruption. And it looks like, I see a ladder stand, it looks like a notorious Baltimore house fire. We have more fires in most cities on the East Coast long before riots. Our fire fatality rate is 7 times the national average. I'm a former volunteer fireman. So anytime there's a fire, they're now going to try to tie it into the riots and protests, but the truth is, you could look at my blog and my Facebook, you see tons of fire pictures because they happen here so much, so it's an easy thing to cover. No media is down here. We're going to have some exclusive footage on the latest fire. We're going to stop right here because we don't want to get shot by this guy. He's aiming right at us, literally. Look at that. He's in the turret. The gun is actually pointed this way. Now
really
he's turned away. So that's creepy, and you know, we're going to stop.
Yeah, he saw cameras hanging out the windows is what happened.
I want to roll your window all the way up.
Hey.
I want to roll your window all the way up.
All right.
I need to roll your window all the way up.
Yeah, No, you need to
I have
put
to
the
roll
key.
your window all the way up.
Which one's that up?
This one.
This one in the back.
Back here. All right, we got it. Roll. Too much happening for you guys to sleep? How long is this? Just so we're live broadcasting, so just for viewers at home, do you mind sharing like how long this has been going on and how you feel about the curfew?
I'm okay with the curfew. I don't have a problem with that. But my thing is all that's happening around us. We live in a peaceful community. We try to keep everything intact.
What about during the day? Are the helicopters bad during the day?
They're still around during the day. You don't see as much traffic back and forth.
Okay. Well, thanks, ladies. Thank you. I'm going to catch up with them so I don't get... So I just wanted to kind of stop and talk. I mean, that's basically what I've heard the entire time was I just had to flash my press badge because that was making me kind of nervous. But basically, that's what a lot of the people have been saying. They've been saying, you know, we're tired, we can't sleep, there's a ton of distractions, you know, things going on around us, helicopters, sirens, you know, like they said, riot up on one end, fire down on another. I mean, you can see just vacant lots. And when you have a lot of vacant buildings, you have a lot of fires. That's just, it is what it is. And most of these buildings, unlike St. Louis, unlike some other areas, are attached. They're row homes. So people are definitely impacted. So yeah, Z and I are going to get a lot of the same footage tonight, unless we get into a scrum and get a chance to separate, because we're riding together as a group, mostly because of the snatch squads. It's really not safe to be out and walking as an independent media person. You really need to have a point person and then a person that is filming you while you're on point. So that's what we'll do if we get into a bad situation. There's Tim Pool. Everybody say hi. Tell who? Mary says hi. Mary. So the scanner says they started scanning the city. Just need me to what? That's as far as I go. All right.
Don't get any media down here, and this is
we drove. We saw. We're actually ready to go. You guys just is it? I mean, it's a little bit better. Valerie, who's shooting for me, was actually up like on the stoops filming like all of it. I mean, well, we're parked over there.
All right, you guys, we need to go. We need to go.
Okay, what? What's going on?
There's a platoon marching. MSNBC's headed there.
Where?
Probably the Pulaski and whatever we had originally said.
That's all the way that way.
Can you get me some more info on that, please? So, and they're actually doing sweeps on the city to... Good, how are you? Do you have a light? Light? I'm gonna be out of cigarettes.
I ain't got a light.
Okay. Take that one. I'm gonna be out.
So everybody's coming now.
Yeah.
We're already going somewhere better. I love it. They come after we already, you know.
Huh? It's So that was MSNBC, I think. We need to get in the car and drive.
Yep. We are here. We're live streaming.
Love that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm actually going to put my stream down for a couple minutes so I can look at intel. Z's staying up, so just stick with him. But I'm going to put mine down for a couple minutes so I can look and see what's going on. Huh? What?
What store it was?
I didn't see. They didn't let us go far enough. All right, guys, I'll be back up in just a second. I'm going to go down for intel. Z's going to stay live. All civilians need to leave this area and quit watching the fire.
So we're getting scolded for
They're not allowing people to be on their stoops.
So he's talking to us directly. The spotlight was on, he was talking to us. He said we need to move those vehicles. We're not going to comply because we're pressed. That's it.
All right, let's, I'm going to put my stream down so I can look at intel and we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'll be back. Z's up, so you won't miss anything if I can't pop my stream soon enough, and we'll go from there.